Welcome to my Farm Girls Day Out Adventure Guide video. There are two different videos for this adventure. This is the short path version, and there is also another video for the long path version. However, keep in mind that if you want to do the long path version, which here I can show you, this is the short path. You go here, 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 and end. And the long path, as the name implies, you go down here, here, you open this gate, and then you go all the way around until the end. So if you want to do the long path, mainly to open this gate, because there is there are actually 5 goals that are related to opening that gate. Let's see if I can find them. No. Maybe it wasn't here. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong place. Maybe. Uh, I can't remember exactly which one was it. No, battle maybe. Complete adventures. Yep, here. Unblock 5 block paths during adventures. You have one goal for 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100. So if you want to complete those goals, you need to have a look at my other video. However, keep in mind that in order to open the gate, you must play this adventure at the highest difficulty level. So if you're not strong enough, don't even try it. It's not worth it. Just wait until the adventure comes around in 1 or 2 months and try again. The adventure is not going to go anywhere. So, as I said, in this video, I'm going to talk strictly about the short path. So, let's start the adventure. There are 5 difficulty settings. It is replayable. You get 4 energy every day, and there is no persistent health. So, ultimate difficulty, start. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Now, keep in mind that at any point in any adventure, if you are playing at a level that is too high, you can change the difficulty at any point in time. Obviously, the rewards will be adjusted depending on the difficulty, but it's just the gems that you get and obviously the experience you get from the enemies. But remember that you can do this. However, if you change the difficulty before you get to the gate, you will not be able to open it. You can change the difficulty after you open the gate, but not before that. So we start the adventure. Let me zoom in because there are a lot of icons on the screen and it's not so easy to see. Okay, we start right here. So let's do this. I'm gonna buy 1 of energy. Well, as usual, you can buy Gong Song for the unlimited energy if you want. However, it's a pretty short adventure in the sense that there are only 6 nodes. So I think that it's not the best adventure to spend your crowns on. There are longer adventures that you will get a better bang for your buck. So I'm gonna buy only 1 energy so you can see how much do I need until the end, and let's start. First battle against a boar, very easy enemy. It deals 10% bonus damage if you have no armor, but not a particularly difficult enemy to beat. Next one, we have a choice. So let's go back to the map. If you select the first option, you will go to fight the Pegasus. And if you choose the second option, you will fight the rat and then have access to this merchant. So let's talk about this merchant first. You can buy minion shards here, 100 for only 300 gold. However, getting to the shop requires spending 10 gems because it's one extra energy. And you get 750 minion shards at the end of each run for free. So is it really worth spending the extra gems? I don't think so. You can also purchase random crystals for 300 gems each. However, again, because it costs 10 extra gems to get here, but you can buy two, so you will be able to buy one crystal for 305 gems. But it's a random crystal. Remember that the standard cost at the shop is 300. If you go here to the resources tab and the followers and crafting, here every day from Monday to Friday you can get 3 crystals that you don't choose. I mean that these are 3 random crystals, but the moment you that they show up, because they can be any crystal for any follower, but you when you buy, you know what you're buying for 300. However, if you have, let's say, one of your 3 crafters, which are the most important followers to upgrade if you want to start having access to the high level crafting options, which are the refine options that are only unlocked at level 50. Let's say that Toragon or Jemka or Soul Chaser are level 49. They're only missing 5 more crystals. Okay, in that situation, you will need to buy, let's go back here. You will need to buy 10, assuming you have bad luck, but one random among 16, yeah. Buy 10 for 3050 gems. Well, if you have a lot of gems to spare, you may consider doing so. Otherwise, I don't recommend purchasing anything in this shop. So I'm gonna follow through the main quest path. We have the Pegasus that has it receives half damage when resistance is greater than 0. So you need to damage it first, and yeah, with that critical hit, he's dead. Not a particularly difficult one. Okay, now we have the option to visit the shop, excuse me, to visit the gift, gift shop or whatever you want to call it. You can still go this way to fight the rat, but we're going to get the free gift. Now, in my long version video, I apologize. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, choose disease. Disease will completely prevent any enemy that has only one spell from casting that spell, because at the start of their turn, they will lose mana, and this is for all enemies during the run. If they have 2 or more spells, then yeah, it may lower, it will lower only one of them, so it may be completely useless or it may be good. But considering the 3 options that you have, go for disease, absolutely. In my longer video, I died to this enemy, I think it's this node, the Dire Bear, because I was careless. If I had chosen disease, I wouldn't have died. So yeah, let's continue the main path. This is a dungeon in the middle of the adventure path, but it's okay. The first enemy is again another boar, exactly the same as the first one you faced, not particularly difficult. The second one is a disease rat, I think that's the name, no, crocodile rat, that gains power when below 25% life. But yeah, He is deceased, so there is no way it can cast this spell. And he's out. And the third enemy, which is the owl bear. This enemy can be really, really nasty if you're playing either a yellow or a green build, because it receives reduced damage the more green or yellow gems are on the board. So if you're playing a paladin or a green shaman, something like that, be careful with this enemy. It can be really nasty. With this build, I don't have a problem. And the next enemy, which is the silk spider. The ultimate ability, Terrifying Visage. When taking physical damage, apply terror for 2 turns. When taking magical damage, apply 1 stack of doom. If you're very low level, if you have very low damage output, it can be really, really annoying. Otherwise, another easy enemy. Again, I say this in all adventures. Always take into consideration when you're playing repeatable adventures that quantity is more important than quality. So let's say, for example, that you can do one champion run in 20 minutes and one veteran run in 10 minutes. Definitely do 2 veteran runs. Go for the lower option. Don't worry too much about the gems, but also consider that you're spending 30 gems per run. So on veteran, you're going to gain 20, and on champion, you're going to gain 45. So in this example that I said, one champion 20 minutes and one veteran 10 minutes, if you play for 1 hour, you will get 3 times 45, so 135. If you play 3 veteran, you will get 120. And twice the rewards at the end of the adventure, because this is just gems. So definitely, if you are finding that the enemies are too strong, lower the difficulty. Now, this is the point where the path you need to choose for the long round, for the long path, is down here, but I'm just going to continue to the end. The next one is a giant bat. I think it's called giant bat. Yes. And the sonar ability, gain 1% block chance for each purple and blue gem on the board. Again, if you're playing a purple or blue build, make sure that you can hit hard enough so you don't care about him blocking. But this is an elemental build, so I don't care. And we are right at the last fight. This is the last node of the adventure. As you could see, is very quick. The short path is really, really short, and we are right at the end fight. This is the last dungeon with the 3 enemies. The first enemy is a wolf something, snow, well, winter wolf. Deal 25% bonus damage if there are 5 or more skulls on the board. So if you're using an Esgarth flail or a weapon like that, or you're careless about the skulls, it can be hard. Otherwise, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, okay, he got more than 5, so, but I'm strong enough that I can take the hit. But be careful if you don't have a particularly tough build, because that 25% additional damage can really hurt. The next one is this beast. It's immune to freeze, and when dealing damage, there is a 33% chance to spawn a Doomwood gem. Okay, not a problem. Goodbye. Not a particularly difficult enemy. And finally, we have the Hellion. And the Hellion ability gains 25 mana when taking fire damage. So if you're using spells that deal fire damage, for example, the yellow sunburst or any fire spell, Be careful so you don't completely fill out his spells. But otherwise, with this build again, easy peasy. And that's the end of the adventure. Regardless of the difficulty, the rewards at the end of the adventure are the same. You get one rare relic, 750 minion shards, and 500 food, as well as obviously gems that will show up now depending on the difficulty you chose. And obviously the experience that you get is also going to depend on the difficulty, but remember that in adventures you get full experience from all enemies, so it's an excellent place to farm experience. And that's the video, a pretty short one for a pretty short adventure. If you found the video useful, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.